How to avoid being manipulated by your colleagues. Brought to you by Lux von Zollern, the maker of exclusive garments for successful women, available at the website www.lvzprestige.com. Think Lux von Zollern when you wish to amplify your executive impact in high-stakes business environments. Let's get one thing straight. You're not here to be anyone's pawn. The workplace, especially in fiercely competitive and toxic environments, can feel like one giant game of manipulation where everyone is trying to position themselves to win, even if it means stepping on someone else's toes. If you're not careful, you could end up being the unwitting victim of a colleague's subtle manipulations, and believe me, it happens more often than you'd think. But don't panic, because we're about to uncover the tactics that manipulative colleagues use, so you can spot them from a mile away and dodge them like a pro. Buckle up, because by the end of this post, you'll be armed with the knowledge to stay one step ahead and keep your power firmly in your hands. The overachiever who wants you to do their work. We've all met this one. The colleague who's always too busy, but miraculously finds the time to pass off their work to you. This person will praise you for your amazing abilities, butter you up, and convince you that you're the only one who can do a certain task perfectly. So, what do? They casually ask if you can handle that task for them. After all, they're just so bogged down with their important duties. Here's the thing. Don't fall for the flattery. This is manipulation 101. They're setting you up to do their work while they reap the rewards, and the worst part is, they'll likely act as if they owe you one, but their favor will be forgotten by next week. The best defense? Know your worth, and politely but firmly decline. You're an expert in your own role, not a free resource for anyone who doesn't want to do their own job. When someone tries to pull this on you, ask yourself, does this person genuinely need help, or are they offloading their responsibilities? What's the long-term cost of helping them? Will you end up taking on more work without any recognition? Be strategic. Offer help only when it's mutually beneficial or when it makes sense for your own career growth. Remember, your time and expertise are valuable, so guard them fiercely. The charm offensive, flattery, manipulation, and the power of please and thank you. It's easy to get swept up in a charm offensive, especially when someone is being excessively polite, praising your work, or showering you with compliments. These manipulative types will go out of their way to make you feel special and appreciated. At first, it feels great. Who doesn't love a little acknowledgement for their hard work? But here's the catch. These compliments are often a tool of manipulation. Flattery is a way to lower your defenses so that they can later get you to do things that benefit them, not you. It's the classic move. Build trust with a kind word here and there. Make you feel valued by praising your skills or accomplishments. Then, when they need something, they pull the "you're so great at this, you could really help me out" card. The solution? Be wary of excessive flattery, especially when it's coming from someone with a history of getting something from you in return. Compliments are fine, but when they start feeling like a transaction, it's time to pump the brakes. How to stay sharp. Stay humble but skeptical. Acknowledge the compliment, but don't let it cloud your judgment. Ask yourself, is this person truly appreciative, or are they trying to charm their way into something? Set boundaries. It's okay to say, thanks, but I'm focused on my own tasks right now. Flattery is one of the most effective manipulative tools, but when you become aware of it, it loses its power. The drama queen who thrives on chaos. You've encountered this type in the office at least once, the person who loves to stir the pot. They thrive on chaos, conflict, and emotional reactions, often using them to get what they want. They know how to manipulate situations by creating drama and pulling others into their mess. Their go-to moves include talking behind people's backs, creating rumors, and causing unnecessary drama, making themselves the victim in situations where they're actually the perpetrator, stoking emotions to make people react, and then using those reactions against them. So, how do you avoid being manipulated by these emotional puppeteers? The trick is to stay calm and resist the urge to get involved in the drama. Don't feed into the chaos. If you can, politely step out of the conversation when they try to pull you in. Keep your emotions in check and don't let them get you to act impulsively. How to respond to the drama queen. Don't get emotionally involved. If they try to engage you in gossip or a conflict, stay neutral. Set emotional boundaries. If someone tries to manipulate you by playing on your emotions, acknowledge their feelings but remain detached. Stay focused on your goals. If you let yourself get pulled into every office conflict, you'll lose sight of what really matters, your career. The "I'm just trying to help" manipulator. This one's a classic, and it's sneaky. The "I'm just trying to help" manipulator will act like they're offering advice or assistance, but really, they're setting you up for their own benefit. This person will give you helpful tips on how to improve your performance, but all they're really doing is guiding you down their path, one that works in their favor. They might offer unsolicited advice, like how you should rearrange your priorities or shift your focus on something that aligns with their agenda. Act like they're mentoring you, but the real goal is to subtly direct you toward tasks that benefit them, not you. To handle this, stay firm in your boundaries and politely decline help that feels manipulative. Recognize when someone is steering you into their plan and refocus your attention on your own priorities. Your career path is yours to design, not theirs to manipulate. The invisible hand. This is the colleague who works behind the scenes, pulling strings and setting things in motion in a way that no one else notices, except you. Their manipulative moves are subtle, but they'll use their influence to push you in a direction that serves their hidden agenda. How to spot them. They might never directly ask for your help, but somehow, their influence shapes your actions. They use indirect communication, like a suggestion that feels more like a command or a friendly nudge in the right direction. To avoid this manipulation, stay aware of subtle suggestions and think carefully before following advice that feels like it's coming from someone who isn't fully invested in your success. Develop a radar for manipulation. The first line of defense in avoiding manipulation is developing an internal radar that can detect when something smells fishy. Manipulative people don't typically wear signs that say, "Hey, I'm about to manipulate you." Instead, they rely on subtle cues that, if you're not paying attention, can catch you off guard. Here's how you can tune your radar. Gut instinct. Your intuition is a powerful tool. If you feel like someone is too smooth, or their motives don't quite add up, trust that feeling. You don't have to ignore your gut. Learn to listen to it. If someone's trying to pull the wool over your eyes, your instincts will likely start ringing alarm bells. Observe behavior, not just words. If a colleague is always talking a good game but their actions don't align with their words, you've got a classic manipulator on your hands. Look for the discrepancies between what they say and what they actually do. Manipulative people will tell you how helpful they are, but their actions won't back it up. Patterns of behavior. Keep an eye out for repeated tactics. Manipulators tend to use the same tricks over and over, like the victim card or the "I'm so busy, can you help me?" line. The more you observe, the easier it becomes to recognize the game they're playing. Once you can spot the signs of manipulation, you'll be prepared to handle the situation without falling victim to it. Set boundaries like a boss. One of the most powerful tools in your career toolkit is the ability to set and enforce boundaries. This is where you take back control. Boundaries aren't just about saying no, although that's part of it. They're about being clear about what you will and won't tolerate. It's about making sure that others know you're not a pushover and that your time and energy are precious. Here's how to set boundaries that protect your peace. Be clear and assertive. If someone's trying to offload their work onto you, don't hesitate to say, "I've got my hands full right now." Keep it simple but firm. You don't owe anyone an explanation beyond that. Boundaries are about respecting your own limits, and if someone's trying to cross them, don't let them. Learn to say no without guilt. If you're the type of person who feels bad saying no, it's time to change that habit. Saying no isn't about rejecting someone. It's about preserving your energy for the things that matter most. You're not obligated to help every colleague who asks for a favor, especially if it's not in line with your priorities. Stick to your guns. Once you've set a boundary, don't cave in when someone pushes back. If they try to guilt trip you, remember, it's not your problem if they can't respect your limits. Stand firm and make it clear that you prioritize your own work, and that helping them out can't come at the cost of your time. Strong boundaries not only protect you from being manipulated, they also position you as a confident, in-control leader in the eyes of your colleagues. Master the art of strategic withdrawal. One of the most powerful tactics to avoid being manipulated is learning the art of strategic withdrawal. This means knowing when to step back and give someone space to think or act on their own. Manipulative people thrive on creating dependency. They want you to feel like you're the only one who can fix the situation, so they can keep using you. But when you master the art of retreat, you regain your power. Here's how to do it. Don't rush in to fix every problem. Let others take the lead once in a while. When a colleague comes to you with a problem, resist the urge to drop everything and save the day. Instead, ask, "How do you think we should approach this?" and let them take responsibility for the solution. You'll create a sense of independence that prevents them from relying on you too heavily. Know when to disengage. If a manipulative colleague is trying to pull you into drama or an emotional battle, don't engage. The more you argue or try to prove something, the more they win. Instead, simply withdraw from the conversation. You don't need to justify yourself or defend your actions. Just step away and focus on something more productive. Be busy with your own priorities. The easiest way to avoid being pulled into someone else's agenda is to stay focused on your own. Make sure you have enough projects or goals that require your attention. When your plate is full, no one will be able to manipulate you into taking on their mess. By strategically withdrawing, you protect yourself from being dragged into unnecessary drama or distractions, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. Use their manipulation against them. Subtlety is key. Yes, you can turn the tables. The key to handling manipulation is to flip the script. If someone tries to manipulate you by getting you to do their work or play into their drama, consider using their own tactics to gently redirect the situation to your advantage. Don't fight them directly, subtly outsmart them. For example, when they try to guilt trip you, respond with something like, "I understand that you're under pressure, but I'm really focused on this project. Have you considered X?" You're redirecting their emotional manipulation while still being empathetic. If they use flattery to get you to help them, respond by saying, "I appreciate the compliments. Let's channel this energy into collaborating on a bigger project that benefits both of us." You're acknowledging their praise, but turning the conversation to mutual benefit. Manipulators are often very good at making you feel like you owe them something. The trick is to keep your interactions mutual and balanced, and never fall into the trap of feeling indebted. By developing your radar, setting firm boundaries, and strategically withdrawing, you can keep your power intact and make sure that your career moves forward on your terms. Stay sharp, stay in control, and let the manipulators keep trying, because you've already outsmarted them. Brought to you by Lux von Zollern, the maker of exclusive garments for successful women, available at the website www.lvzprestige.com. Think Lux von Zollern when you wish to amplify your executive impact in high-stakes business environments.